All right, now it's inking time. So, well, it's inking season, shall we say. And in inking season, these are all the tools I use in varying degrees. Lately, I've been doing more of the brush pens, which are these, instead of like nibs and whatnot. But today, we're gonna run down all of this stuff. Okay, so the basics you will need are ink, something to put ink on, like paper, and well, it depends. If you're going for a brush pen, the paper, and you just go at it, right? You would just go at it. But let's first run down all of this stuff. Okay, so we have ink. I have a lot of ink because I go to the art store and just buy stuff. I just buy stuff because I never know when I'll need it. So we have ink in various types and sizes. So yeah, a lot of big inks, small inks, depending on what I need. So ink is very important. It's an essential part of inking. Next we will do what? Let's do some nibs. So this is a pen, and you can take out, I think you can take it out. Or maybe you can't. But this, you can interchange this, without a nib. And I bought these in Japan. So, different nib types. This is a TG G pen. This is an NG pen. But, I usually go through a lot of nibs. Well, I used to go through a lot of nibs before I switched over to brush pen. But yeah, nibs are essential. And you just plug the nibs into the, into the holder. This is a holder, this is a holder, and this is another holder. So I have 3 types of holders, and you can get the nibs and you can interchange them. This one is for smaller nibs. So, okay, this one kind of comes out. So you got this, and it plugs right in. And it's it's the size. So this has a small, and this is small, and then it just plugs right in. While these are, I think, the same size, just different styles. So there's this, and these are the size of these. So you just plug it in, and then you dip it, and then you draw. So yeah, that's these. So these are pen nibs that need to be used with dipping ink. And this is like a well, you can take off the top, dip it, and then do your thing. I also have, say, this is a Winsor Newton Series 7, and it's in here. And these are expensive. These I wouldn't recommend for beginners, and I would still consider myself a beginner. So I'm saving this. I am saving this bad boy. It's like a wine. That's special for a special occasion. We'll break this out when I feel like I wouldn't say a master, but a lot better than I am right now. But until I can use this is one of the, this is the Series 7 Winsor Newton size number 3. And this is an old brush. I wear these things out and they're pretty expensive, so I wouldn't recommend this for a newcomer, a newbie. Even myself, I'm gonna save these more. So I'm using brush pens, and this is, you know, a brush pen. So you can get the effect of an actual brush with this, but it's a lot cheaper. I think this is like $35. And if you go through it, and I go through, I can beat up stuff real quick. So spending $35 for something I'm gonna beat up like in 2 weeks or whatever. I'm trying to be better, but yeah, I'm kind of hard on my material. So that's something to think about. So yeah, I would start with a brush pen and practice, which is what I'm doing at this time. I am practicing. So here we have, what are these? The Pentel, I think. Pentel, yeah. And I think these are 2 different styles. Let's see. I think this is the fine one, fine line. And this one, oh, I think this is a wide or something. I believe. I'm not quite sure though. But I kind of beat this one up too. So yeah. Brush pens are a great way to start. This is a Copic. It's got that Copic pen. And I think this one comes with, you know, these little ink refills, which is great. Oh, this is Kuritake. Is this Kuritake? I don't think this is Kuritake. I think this is this one. I believe, I'm not sure. But Pentel, yeah, sometimes they come with the little refillers, ink cartridges, which is awesome. Because, you know, you can just take it out, plug it in, and then keep going. Another brush pen. I think this is also a Pentel. Or maybe you just don't say. I can't remember. But I like to try different styles, different brushes, different brush makers. There's another. This is my favorite. There is something about this one I really like. I think I get the finest lines with this. So yeah, this little brown one is my fave. And I have a, this is this. Yeah, and it comes with these little cartridges. So you just plug one of these in and then you're good to go. And this has lasted me for about 3 years. So yeah, a lot of Japanese. But yeah, I like this one. This one's good. This one's right here. Let's see, what else? Pens. This is what I do detailing work with. And these are old, and I bought them a long time ago, and they last for quite some time. If I don't, you know, if I don't press down too hard and break the, you know, smush the tip. This is the tiny. So I have, like, you only need about 2 to 3 different types. And these are the small, this is the smallest one. This is a 01, which is, you know, tiny. You've got a 03. I think I've smushed the tip on this one, but she's still good. And then I have these Copic multi-liners. So this is a 0.5. 0.5 and the tip. It's wider than these smaller ones. But you know, you just get different, whatever size you feel you need. 0.3. It's got that little, you know, bigger tip than some of the other smaller ones, but it's good. Oh, this is another brush pen. These I wear out super quick. These don't last as long as I feel these ones do. These Copics and Pentel. I can go through these real quick. So another point. Yeah, this is tiny. This is like for super details. I like to do details on the face, especially like eyes, noses, and lips, and maybe the inner ear and whatnot. But yeah, whatever details you can think of, pens are great for that. Great. Okay, so then we'll go on to accidents, because accidents will happen. And I have whiteout. This is my favorite right here. Although this one kind of yellows over time, but I scan everything in for, you know, to keep. So I don't really care about the originals. I care, but I'm not too fancy about it. I'm like, yeah. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. Yeah, and it's got like this ball tip, and you press down and you squeeze it, and the whiteout comes out. And if you get it on the spot and it can dry, it dries. But why I like it is because you can then, it sits on top. I can then scrape off the whiteout with this little X-Acto knife. I can go in there and scrape off the whiteout that I don't need. So yeah, I lay this down, let it dry, and then go in and scrape the edges that I don't need, and I can make sharper, defined edges. Yeah, I used to love doing that. So that's I like that. This is the easiest to use, but it doesn't have quite the coverage of this one. This is what, a Jelly Roll 10 Sakura pen with just in white, and it doesn't quite sit the way I like, and you can sometimes see the black underneath. So for some light stuff or a light mistake, this is good. This is great, because you can just, you know, use it as a pen and get it out. But for larger and for some contouring, I use this one. This is a deleter whiteout, and you can use like a brush to brush this on. And I think this is old, and I've never opened it. Yeah, I sometimes just buy stuff to buy stuff. Yeah, when I'm in a comic store, I bought this in Japan again, and I was like, I've never used this before, but hey, I'll buy it anyways, because I'm me. But yeah, this is whiteout. And is that it? Is that all? Paper. We will need paper. Okay, so I use Strathmore Bristol. You can use, there's smooth, which is, I think, my favorite. I love the smooth. There's also a vellum, and I think there's another type that I can't quite remember right now. This one has, 20 sheets, and it's 14 by 17 inches. I usually like to get the super big ones, and then I tear each single page out, and then cut it down to size to where I can make multiple images. But yeah, this is, say, all of this, and this is just paper cut down in various sizes. I've got some smooth, and I think I have some vellum in here. But yes, you will always need paper. Paper. It's what we put our art on. So yeah. This paper I really like. And it has some weight to it. It's not super thick, but it's heftier than, say, printing paper. Although sometimes I can use a brush pen on printing paper, just for quick stuff and stuff I don't really care about, like to warm up or whatever. That's kind of good. But this is for if you want to, if you're creating a masterpiece, let's say, and you want to archive your work. And that is mostly my, okay, of the new stuff. I keep buying stuff, like I said. These are some new, of the stuff I know I like, I'll buy multiples, you know, just in case I run out at one point and then, you know, you gotta get another one. So this is my favorite one. And this is what? A bold type of these. So it's a Pentel brush pen, and they just have different size tips. So this is a fine point. I don't know if this is a standard. I don't know. But this is what I use. And what's great is that it comes with, oh, yeah, this is fine. I think this is bold. Yeah, bold point, fine point. It comes with cartridges that you just unscrew this and then screw a new one on and you're good to go. You know, squeeze it, give it 2 squirts, and then you're back to inking. But yeah. Now all of this stuff can get expensive, so I would say go with the cheapest option you can find. The cheapest option. Especially in the beginning. Like if you want to get a pen, start off with maybe a mid-size pen. If you were going to do a nib, like the Speedball basic ones, that would be fine. Ink, the smallest ink you can find. Like I think this, but I filled this with water. So it's, what is it, Winsor Newton ink? This is small, and you can probably go through one pretty quick. But if you're just starting off, don't buy anything expensive. Don't go crazy with it. I've gone a little crazy with it, but this is kind of what I do. Get the basics, which would be maybe 2 pens, 1 mid-size, and some paper, and then, you know, wear that out. Wear that out. And then once, you know, you get, you know, you start with 3. Let's say do 3 of them. You do 1, 2, 3, and then okay, you decide where do you want to go next. Do you want to improve in a certain area? Do you want to go bigger, go smaller? Do you want to try experimentation? Do you want to try a different, you know, if you want to switch from brush pens to maybe try something else? But I would say try to get as much practice in the beginning with the cheapest stuff. I mean, cheap. If you can find it at like a grocery store or whatever, it doesn't matter. Art is art. Just make it. So yeah, this is my stuff. I'm always, you know, refining, figuring out new ways and new techniques, and I abandoned some ways of doing things and whatnot. But, you know, it's up to the individual. You have to decide for you what is the best way. And, you know, after that, just practice. And we'll get there. We will get there. So, I hope that was helpful. And thank you for checking out what I used to ink. And next month will be a big inking month. We'll call it inking season. It's the start of inking season. I like to ink when it gets cooler. I don't like inking when it's hot. It's, I don't know, I get more agitated or easier to agitate in the summer months. So I don't usually ink as much. But in the fall, winter, spring seasons, it's perfect inking season. So yeah, this is the stuff. This is the equipment. This is my baseline, and we'll see what we can do in a couple weeks. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I think I'll do some tests tomorrow. You probably won't hear this, but yeah, we'll work this out. All right, so I hope this has been informative, and I will see you on the next video. Later, and keep shining.